Here we have a 2023 Toyota Tundra. Now, there is a pretty cheap little upgrade that you can do to improve the aesthetic looks of this by tenfold. So today, we're going to discuss exactly what that is. We've got the fenders right here. Now, all TRD Pro models of the fenders come with this nice sort of textured camo look, and it really enhances this sort of ruggedness and off-road look of the vehicle. So what I went ahead and did was bought 4 of those wheel fenders, and we're gonna replace the traditional SR5 fenders with those to kind of just make it look a little more beast. Now, to remove the rear fender, you've got 1, 2, let's get underneath there, see if you can see that, 3 on in a little interior tab that you got to remove. Let's see if I can get a slightly better angle of that. And then this one right here, and then that one right there. The front ones have more bolts, but the rear ones are a little bit easier to work with. So you'd basically just take your 10mm socket wrench and start taking them off. Next, you just sort of pry this thing off, carefully obviously, but just kind of get in there, kind of hear it click, and it's kind of a little, I figured out that it's a little bit easier to kind of come from the top, I think, and have them sort of pop out, and then pop out, pop out, pop it out, and we're gonna keep going, edge, there we go, and now it's off. For those that are interested, this is comparing the white fender to the black one. It's got these little red little tabby things on it. This one was inspected by somebody named DJ. That's interesting. Also, just for reference, this is what it looks like with the fender off. Pretty basic. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little bath before I put the new fender on. Next, all you gotta do is line up these little red things with them on the wheel well, and you're pretty much good to go. You'll notice that there is this little light here. There is no wire harness that's coming from the light. Right now it's on mine, it's just gonna kind of act as a reflector, but my goal is to eventually wire them up to where they will turn on, but I will do another video on that later. And then once it's on and looking all badass-like, all you gotta do is put the screws on, and then I will go ahead and show you how to do the front one, which is pretty obvious. The front is very similar, but not at all harder. You just have a couple more bolts. So you got 1, 2, 3, then you've got, I don't know if you can see this one in the tab right there. You've got 1, you've got 1 in the center, another one right here for 6, and then 7, 8, 9. And we're just gonna go ahead and take those off, pop the fender off exactly how we did on the other ones. Basically, we're just gonna kind of pull it from this top part. It helps break those little clips up a little bit easier, and install the last one, and we should be good to go. Starting at the front here, again, we're just gonna go ahead and pop this part out and keep on kind of prying from the top. And you can behave, there we go, popping out. Pop out, pop it out. I wonder if the Pro fenders are as easy to remove as these are. For some reason, I get the feeling that those little red clips are different, but I don't know why. Put the little thing off there, and off it comes. And just make sure that when you are putting these things back on, you just sort of fold these little tabs up, and then you put the little bolt in on there. But then otherwise, once those are finished, you got yourself a fender. And then I'm gonna knock out that rear one really quick. By the way, as a quick cautionary tale, and as I suspected, the red ones that come on the TRD Pro trims are different. These little things are different than the ones that came on the SR5 trim. These on the SR5 trim look like they can come out much easier and probably be reused, whereas these look like they'll probably break the second you try to pull this thing off again. They just look a little more fragile, and also, for that matter, it looks like the inner part of it, I don't know if the camera will focus, but the inner part is, doesn't, just kind of gets like locked in like a bow and arrow almost. So, oh well, save your little white pieces if you're not selling these things aftermarket. Little TRD thing right there, that's cool. the finished product ultimately, you know, you just have this kind of nice sort of camo, and by the way, it is textured, but this kind of nice camo look to it, and I just kind of think it gives it a nice, it's like it's just adding a little bit of seasoning to the trim there. But in any event, come back here to the rear wheel. You do have the little red fender light here on the back one, and you got the little yellow one on the front. Again, I will be trying to do a wiring video on those at some point or another. But anyway, that is the TRD Pro fender upgrade on an SR, SR5, limited, whatever trim you decide to purchase. Anyway, let us know what you think about this upgrade in the comments section. Please subscribe to this channel. We are going to be releasing a few other Tundra videos and doing some other kind of cool mods to this thing and just make it look a little more neat. In any event, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and we will be back with another video really soon.